Well, David Birdsell is here now. He's a Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Kean University. He joins us from Union in New Jersey. A warm welcome to you. So what do you make about those comments, those Puerto Rican comments?
The comedian's comments
Yeah.
or the comments from the shadow senator? Well, this is an enormously reckless and openly racist reference. I think there's little doubt about that. The Trump campaign, uncharacteristically, has tried to distance itself from the comedian while still not giving any ground in terms of overall broad campaign themes. But here's the thing. If we look at the Latino vote in some of the battleground states, notably Pennsylvania and in Georgia, there are large, particularly in Pennsylvania, Puerto Rican populations. And the reaction more broadly in the Puerto Rican community has been starkly negative. So this was clearly a campaign misstep in the final analysis. Some people would argue that it's emblematic of where the campaign really stands. But either way, this is not going to help Donald Trump make his closing arguments over the coming week.
And what about Kamala then? Has she done enough? Because she told thousands of supporters it's time to turn the page on the drama and the conflict during her final pitch to voters in Washington, D.C. Do you think she's done enough?
Well, what we heard tonight wasn't anything particularly new. She has articulated these themes about Donald Trump's extremism, about his tendency toward authoritarianism, in many ways using many different verbal characterizations over the course of these last 100 days or so of her campaign. But there are still many people who don't feel that they know enough about what she would do as president. She has repeatedly failed to distinguish in any clear way what she would do as opposed to what Joe Biden is doing. And that has raised doubts in some people's minds. Whether it is enough to deny her the White House is an open question, which we won't be able to answer until next week at the earliest, and I fear later if there are challenges to the outcomes, particularly in closely contested battleground states.
And she was, of course, standing on the same spot where Donald Trump addressed supporters before they stormed the US Capitol on the 6th of January 2021. Do you think the significance of that position, which she was no doubt trying to have an impact with, do you think that it had the impact that was intended?
Well, I think it may have. The visuals are great. She has the White House behind her. There's the pageantry of office as if she were the sitting president already. And of course, as you say, it is on the very spot where Donald Trump allegedly incited a riot just 3.5 years ago. So this was a powerful setting. Whether it's enough to get people's attention, certainly it helps her. The racist themes and the authoritarian themes were struck loudly and clearly at the former president's Madison Square Garden rally over the course of the weekend. And the question is there still anybody in the United States who's likely to vote on November 5th who doesn't know these things about the former president and would be willing to make a different choice if they had supported him originally in this final 7 days of the campaign?
We shall see, David. Fascinating. Thank you so very much indeed. Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Kean University.